What is going on, everybody? How we doing, man? Today we're going to take you back to Olneyville Square, 1946. Olneyville, New York system, man, a landmark. Well, it has been sold. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. Big shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to Bob Caradillo, Child Advocate. Big shout out to Beast Coast Football Academy. Check them out on Facebook. And a big shout out.
Are you dreaming of the perfect home? Your dream home doesn't have to be just a dream. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Kathy Foisey from HomeSmart Professionals Real Estate is here to make it a reality. Expertise in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, Kathy is ready to guide you every step of the way. Reach out today at 401-486-6587 or email kfoisey1@gmail.com.
Yeah, definitely check her out. HomeSmart Professionals. Give Kathy a call if you're looking to buy a house, you're looking to sell your house, whatever it is, give Kathy a call, 401-486-6587. All right, man. When we come back, we're going to talk about Greg Stevens, my boy over there, Olneyville, New York system, man. I used to go to the system so much. I used to walk right in the back door, but yeah, man, we're going to talk about that. But, a little bit of history behind the New York system, man. A lot of people are not happy that they are selling. They're selling to the Heritage Group out of Newport. The same people that bought the, the old canteen, was it, up Federal Hill, going to turn it into a wiener joint? But we'll talk about that and more.
Bad guy. That's the bad guy. The bad guy. The bad guy. Commission. The bad guy. The bad guy. The bad guy. Load up that queen.
For years and years, Olneyville, Providence, Rhode Island, New York system has definitely been, a neighborhood staple. Growing up in Olneyville myself, remember going down there, the payphone in the back, Benny's, was right where the parking lot is, and I'll show you that picture in a little bit. You walk in, you really can't forget the smell inside there, the meat sauce, the onions. They had this big pot that they would cut the onions up in, and it would just spin around, and the onions would cut up. I used to go there so much. There's times that we could go right in the back door. End up taking a seat. Where you come from? There was one time where they actually had jukeboxes, the little countertop jukeboxes sitting right on the counter. The busiest time, they used to be open 24 hours a day, and then they scaled back. Now they're open to like 3 a.m. on the weekends, 2 a.m. during the week. But now it looks like they are going to sell, or they have came up with a deal with this company, Heritage Restaurant Groups. I'm not sure if a lot of people are happy with that, but Greg and his sister Stephanie, Greg's like 65. I don't remember if Stephanie's older than him or younger, but Greg don't have any children, and I think his nephew is a doctor, so no one in the family that's really willing or ready to take over the very successful restaurant that's been here in Providence, Rhode Island since 1946. But Newport Heritage Restaurant Group, they bought the old canteen. They took over the Brick Alley Pub over in Newport. They're saying, but in the case, they're going to rebrand Joe Marzilli's old canteen. But they said in the case of the New York system, Greg is telling me that they guarantee the future of the business, and it's going to stay a hot wiener joint longer than he'll be around. There's about 25, 30 guys that work down there at the New York system. A lot of them guys, Mike works in the daytime. He's been there like 45 years. Seiko's been there at least 15, 20 years. Tommy Mack works at night. He's been there forever. Anthony Perillo, he's been there since they had damn dirt outside on the street. He's been there a long time. They have 2 locations. I think Greg handles the day-to-day operations. His sister handles the books, behind the scene, all the business stuff. And that's how they have their relationship. But, 51 years, Greg has been working in the restaurant. And he don't even really look that old. He started there when he was 14, he used to tell me, when he was done playing hockey. I think he went to Mount St. Charles. Like I said, his sister handles a lot of the behind-the-scenes work, and they're basically ready to retire. And like a lot of fourth-generation restaurants, there's really nobody to take over. And I already rehashed that. He has no children, and his only nephew, he's not in the business. So they reach out to Heritage. Heritage already showed an interest, and they basically went from there. So we go over and look at their Instagram page, and Greg has actually, he put that after almost 80 years and 4 generations of our family ownership, Steph and I have decided to sell our restaurant to another family-owned business. So basically says the Heritage Restaurant Group to acquire Olneyville, New York system restaurant. People, not everybody's happy about that, I got to say. The Stevens family have reached an agreement with the Heritage Restaurant Group for the sale of the James Beard Award-winning Olneyville, New York system restaurant. I'll tell you, when Greg won that 2014 James Beard Award, that's one of the most prestigious awards that you can win, basically, for food. And he thought of his father. He told me that story and how proud his father would have been. And Greg said, too bad my dad was not here to see this. So he was very proud of that James Beard Award. It says, pending satisfaction of customarily closing conditions, this deal encompasses both the Providence and Cranston locations. As part of the agreement, 4th-generation owner Greg and Stephanie will stay on board to ensure a seamless transition with the Heritage team, and new ownership intends to retain all of the Olneyville devoted employees. I wonder how they're going to deal with some of the stuff that used to go on. I mean, is a corporation going to be able to handle the staff of the Olneyville, New York system? I mean, Greg had a certain way to do it, but Greg had experience, working with these guys in Olneyville all his life. I mean, great team over there at night. You got Wilson. He's usually up in the corner. You got Dario. He's one of the younger guys of the bunch. You got Tommy Mack that be on the grill. Mike that be on the grill. Ask Mike to see his New York system tattoo. And then you got Clifford. You got Clifford. They call him Country. He be running around, taking orders, cleaning the tables. But it goes on to say, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude towards the dedicated employees and loyal customers. We approached the Heritage Group because we are confident that they will uphold the family values and traditions that have made Olneyville, New York system restaurant a beloved dining destination for 80 years. We are thrilled that the Scorch family, whatever it is going to continue the legacy for generations to come. And some people are not really sure about that. How do you take a family restaurant like Olneyville, New York system and kind of go corporate with it? They said they're excited. Heritage is excited to add the Olneyville, New York system to their portfolio of wonderful storied institutions that make up the Heritage Restaurant Group, said Michael Anderson, spokesman for the Heritage Group. With the acquisition of both the Providence and Cranston locations, they're looking forward to building upon the success of this establishment. As the details of this agreement are finalized, both parties are focused on ensuring a smooth transition for employees and patrons. The sale of the Olneyville, New York system to the Heritage Restaurant Group represents a new chapter for the outstanding restaurant, providing both continued legacies of new opportunities for Rhode Island experience, for which Olneyville, New York system restaurant has long been part of the community. So I gotta say though, not everybody is really happy about this. Let's see if we can go over here and check out. Let's see. Yeah, not really everybody's happy about this. Some things I bet are not going to happen. I bet you're not going to have the traditional New Year's Eve party that Greg would have, after the restaurant closes. Here we actually have a time when it says, thank you for throwing the New Year's Eve industry after party. It gives all us workers, a place to go after all the clubs close after they're done working all night. So Greg was definitely a part of the community, did things, kicked in. I mean, the picture up on the screen is actually Anna Marchetti Quinn used to walk to get her hot wieners around 1946 when the business first opened, when she was only 14 years old. And she remembered that they were 10 cents each. When she was 17, she would come here every Saturday after roller skating, and then met her husband, John, back in 1951. She introduced him to Olneyville hot wieners. This post says they came back to Rhode Island after visiting their family for Christmas. John is 96 and Anna's almost 93. They've been married since 1972. God bless them. Something else that Greg would do down in New York system, he would have a comedy show. Had it the last couple of years, 5 All the Way comedy show. The last one was February 24th, 2025. So you just missed it by a couple days. Wow. Let's see, doors open at 6 p.m. Yeah, he usually closes down for the night. Save the date for our 3rd annual 5 All the Way comedy show. Yeah, so that was probably the last comedy show that the New York system was basically going to host. Sad times. Something else that might end up changing, where you're going to see stars and, all kind of actors coming in. Rob Gronkowski used to come in. In the picture you see on the screen is, it's actually his Florio, I'll call him, from The Sopranos. I don't know his name on the top. But this was reposted from Mike Hopkins, actor producer from the movie Death Comes Calling. This is a movie that's supposed to be released next year, and part of it was shot at the Olneyville, New York system. So get down there before they really change hands. Shout out to Nick the Big Man Barrows from the Olneyville, New York system. He says, entertaining and serving us with the rest of the amazing crew for a long time, alongside the great owners who care about the history of this historic Rhode Island tradition. It's a place just to relax, joke, and have a good time. Shout out to Nick. He's one of the man. He is the manager. Here we go. Watch how it's done. So now them ain't hot dogs, you know. If you go there, you ask for a hot dog, they might throw your ass out of there in Olneyville. And you never put ketchup on them, you know. You put ketchup on it, you go to wiener hell. So you can't put ketchup on it, you know. You can order a beef stew. Beef stew is fries, salt, and vinegar with extra ketchup, but you can't put ketchup on a wiener.
Well, it looks like I'm going to wiener hell because I put vinegar and ketchup on my wiener.
And this was back in October 17th, I want to say, somewhere in October. Rest in peace. It was saddened over the unexpected passing of Dave. Everyone knew Dave, quick wit, dry humor, knew what was going on with everybody. I could always know when I go in there before I would go to work. Dave would definitely be able to tell me what was going on all day, both shifts. Shout out to Dave. He was a great man. You know, rest in peace for sure.
Who work here love to mess around, which adds to the charm. I got 2 hot wieners, fully loaded, and a coffee milk, a Rhode Island special. And you were right. This one is definitely better than the hot wiener I had in Newport. The celery salt on the dog is what makes it. And I love the coffee milk because it really is just like chocolate milk with some coffee flavoring. Here just doesn't have that much snap, which I prefer. That being said, if you're ever in Rhode Island, you should definitely check out this fun spot. And if not, you should still be adding celery salt to your chili and hot dogs. Have you ever tried a hot wiener? And as always, follow for more food adventures.
Here's actually a shot of it says Molly Scholler and Dan Kennedy eats. They came in and they ate 41 all the way. That's 82 total wieners. I mean, they skinny. Where did they put 41? I can barely eat 3 without meat on the freaking thing. Just 3 air dogs. Oh, yeah, you can go in and get an air dog if you don't want the beef, you don't want the dog on there. And these ain't hot dogs. They got veal, beef. It's like a German sausage. So, yeah, you definitely got to hurry up, get down there, check it out. I mean, you don't have to hurry. It's going to be there a long time. But some people would tell you to hurry. So, you know, well, Greg and them still on it. But I'm sure for years it's going to be a great place to go to. We're definitely going to miss it. Now, I'm old enough to remember this, and it says, if you've been around Rhode Island long enough, you might remember that a Benny's store used to be right next door to us where the parking lot currently is. It opened in 1953, and it was there for about 30 years. Right upstairs from Benny's on the second floor was actually a chess club. I actually remember this paper sign right there in the window in this one talking about it was a chess club. Yeah. Let's see. My parents would bring me there. They actually had a great toy section. Other stores would be out of this year's hot toys, babe. And Benny's would have it. And how could we even show you anything about the New York system without, Tommy Mack over there putting 1, 2, 3 rows of dogs from knuckle to elbow. See? That's where the taste is. The sweat dripping down their arms. See? That's the flavor. Two other Olneyville regulars, Dario. You actually see Dario on Spooky World. That there's actually a New York system Halloween costume. And behind Dario, you got Wilson. Wilson's always up in the corner. You know, they got to put their best guys up in that corner. We can put the best guys on the corner. We can put Dario on the corner. But no, we got to put the best guys up in the corner because it gets busy. Big shout out to our sponsor. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, your dream doesn't have to be a dream. It could be a reality.
Are you dreaming of the perfect home? Your dream home doesn't have to be just a dream. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Kathy Foisey from HomeSmart Professionals Real Estate is here to make it a reality. Expertise in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, Kathy is ready to guide you every step of the way. Reach out today at 401-486-6587 or email kfoisey1@gmail.com.
So yeah, definitely check out our Home Smart Professionals, 401-486-6587. Just we're back going through talking a little bit about the Olneyville, New York system.
French to go, coffee milk to go, mousetrap to go.
When he said a mousetrap, that's basically it's a grilled cheese.
It's gonna be 23.18.
He's been here about 40 years. His brother used to be his brother worked there as well. This was actually a video that when they were filming a Washington Trust video, you know, they come walking down to Olneyville and into the front doors of the building. But it was a promotional video shoot basically for Washington Trust. You know, so if you're going down there, you got to get 3 all the way. Coffee, milk, fries. Look at that burger. All special orders, man, you know. See, who knows stuff like that's going to be going on when they go corporate. When they had the sign remodeled, I know this guy had an injury. He suffered a traumatic injury to his dominant hand, resulting in the loss of his index finger, I think it was, and some damage to his middle finger. But when Greg was looking for somebody he was looking for someone to remake the sign because the sign was there since 46 and he wanted to keep it original. And what they actually did with the sign, they took the sign panels and they auctioned them off. They raised over $27,000 and they donated it to Rhode Island Food Bank. In the picture, you can actually see Andrew Schiff. You know, hopefully no relation to that guy Adam Schiff. But Andrew Schiff, CEO of Rhode Island Food Bank, Greg Stevens, Stephanie Stevens, auction. Actually, it says Stephanie Stevens Torini. Sorry, wasn't saying your married name. Auction winner of one of the panels, JP Rutkov and Ezra Spirits Williams. I'm sure they have money. 27,000. They did all right with that sign. Another one of the late night. Now this, shout out to Mike. Mike works on the grill. You know, I guess one night Mike and Greg got the idea. Let's go get a New York system tattoo. Loyal Mike is, man. Shout out to Mike. Here's a picture of the guys. Greg getting the sign done. See, a lot of these things you will never see again. If you have never been drunk or hungover in one of these boots, you have never lived in Rhode Island.
And Greg Stevens has a lot of stories. As the fourth generation owner of Olneyville, New York system, which boasts Rhode Island's best hot wieners. Okay, so it's a German sausage topped with meat sauce, mustard, onion, and celery salt. Woo! Being the picky eater that I am, I was a little hesitant. But hey, Steven said, try it.
There's a lot of flavors in there.
Keeping it the same, that's our secret.
Now, before I board down, and Greg Stevens has a lot of stories. As the fourth generation owner of Olney.
So yeah, man, big shout out to Greg Stevens. Congratulations him, his family. You know, so what do y'all think about the New York system selling? I don't think it's ever going to be the same. You know, I mean, just going in there hearing them yell Subway, and Subway is it's just part of the charm, you know, and I mean, no matter what time of day it is, noontime, late night, I mean, you can hear people all walks of life, you know, coming in, going out, different backgrounds, different political views, traveling, saying, oh, when I go to Providence, I got to stop at the system. Got to stop at the Olneyville, New York system. I mean, definitely, you're absolutely right. One thing that is right, when everybody leaves, everyone smells the same. You smell like them damn onions. Take food to go in your car. It reminds you of the system for weeks. Some people, when they're visiting home, they're coming from out of town. Greg one year posted, I think it was like a wiener candle. And people were really coming in and they were asking if they could buy the candle. I mean, it was really a joke, but you know, and sometimes you go in there, you're like, all the way, and then there'll be somebody else they eat, you know, what's all the way? And you got to explain to them, you know, best way to get Halloween is, you know, I don't get them all the way. I mean, no onions or maybe an air dog, you know, with some fries, you know, beef stew, you know, mousetrap. Go and order a beef stew, mousetrap. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. So good luck to Greg, his family, and we will see if it's gonna be the same or if it's gonna change. Before I go, I wanted to let's see, where is it? I wanted to show you these pictures. These are some pictures from around the mid-70s. Yeah, right. The wieners were probably like, look, fresh pie, 70 cents. Toast, 30 cents. Coffee, 40. Sanka, hey, they had Sanka. It says bacon egg sandwich. I want to see this as $1.40. There's the kid from Good Burger. They were gonna use the New York system in Cranston, but Keenan Thompson, that's what his name is. Yeah, he stopped down there at the New York system back like 2020, 23. That was another comedy show. So there's so many things that you're probably never gonna see again.
Are you dreaming of the perfect home? Your dream home doesn't have to be just a dream. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Kathy Foisey from HomeSmart Professionals Real Estate is here to make it a reality. Expertise in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, Kathy is ready to guide you every step of the way. Reach out today at 401-486-6587 or email kfoisey1@gmail.com.
Today's episode is brought to you by HomeSmart Professionals, Kathy Fosley. Are you looking to elevate your daily routine, whether it's boosting your morning coffee, enhancing your workout, or simply adding a little comfort to your day? Can We Keep It Real podcast?